Greetings. Now, a lot of people say, well, dang, we can't be mobile now. Uh, we the communities are sort of like self-quarantine. So, in a way, they ain't got to take you to no concentration camp or put you in an empty Walmart or whatever. Uh, they're gonna try to patrol your neighborhood with the National Guards. Now this is when you set up your citizen militia. You already got some brothers that are supposed to be military. We talking about the Nation of Islam, but you don't know what they talking about. Now suppose the grocery stores stop uh, supplying you with food. What you gonna do? Well, this is how we roll in Detroit. And I'm challenging all my black brothers and sisters all over the planet to roll like this. To how I'm showing you what's going to be the new economy. This is ghetto. This is what we call ghetto technology, ghetto engineering, ghetto farming. Check it out.
Prior to 2008, when I started working over here, the neighborhood was pretty decayed. Oakland Avenue was a shell where we have a huge amount of vacancy and not a lot of people wanting to walk down Oakland Avenue. That's what it was like in 2008. We started our work here late 2008, engaging community around the possibility of doing something in Oakland between the church and the nearest building, which was Red Shoe Shine, 10 vacant lots. What could we do to make those vacant lots more viable and pleasing to the eye? And the majority of the folks that we talked to wanted to grow food. And so that's how we started our work around the food insecurity in the North End. It was a pipe dream. I mean, people thought we were crazy, that no one would come here to shop and that we would not make enough money to employ people. But you know what? That was wrong. We opened our community farmers market in 2011. We hired folks. We paid them minimum wage for the time that they worked. We sold the food. The money that we got from selling the food, we created jobs. And now we are 4.8 acres. We are selling in 6 Chrysler plants. We run a farmer's market on site here. We sell wholesale. We're growing for chefs. And I mean, the food is still a vehicle that we use to create jobs. We are providing an opportunity for this work to continue on into the future. The properties that we have purchased here belong to the community. And so it is our hope and our wish that the work will continue and build and continue to bring value to this community. We started with food. We are now involved in the employment part of our work, and later on we will be looking at better housing for folks in community. Not necessarily outside development is what we're looking at, but we want to have community development going on where people are actually involved in the process and involved in creating a space that they can live in.
See, the president, due to this coronavirus, he said you don't have to pay any kind of taxes no more. That's right. See, now we tapping into the Rothschild's pockets. Because you can't own the planet, man. This is what y'all got to. This is what you got to think about. And they say politics is democratic, which means the majority rule. So if the majority black is in Detroit, you rule it. Check this out. Now this brother here, I know this brother relatively well. I haven't seen him in years. Malik Yakini, and he's been an educator, and he's always been involved in the community. Uh, he's the one was involved in those solar panels also. So let's check him out.
There's a number of factors that have combined to kind of create this vibrant food movement that we see in Detroit. Going back as far as the 1890s, Mayor Hazen Pingree, who started the urban agricultural movement here in the city of Detroit. In the 1920s, you had this huge influx of primarily blacks from the South who brought with them their agricultural culture. And so many of them had gardens around the city of Detroit. You had the Victory Gardens during World War II. In the 1970s, under the leadership of Coleman Alexander Young, the Farm-A-Lot program, where the city provided seeds and plants and use of tractors and tools to residents who wanted to farm empty lots. Then you had the Gardening Angels on the east side of Detroit, which was a group of elders who were concerned about passing on urban agricultural skills to young people in the city of Detroit.
A little bit of background information on me is that I was born and raised in the city of Detroit, 5 miles from here. I went to Michigan State University. I studied in the College of Agriculture, and I got my degree in food science. I double minored in environmental and sustainability studies, and then brewing and distilling. And then post-college, I joined the Peace Corps, and I was in this rural village in Nepal, focusing on nutrition-sensitive agriculture. So I was just teaching them new or improved agricultural techniques. And then post that, I came back to Michigan. I got a job as an organic chemist and cannabis for a cannabis company, and I didn't really like the lab life, so I got this job, and this is where we are now. So a little bit about this place is that it was founded in 2011, so 8 years ago, by a guy named Tyson Gersh. He noticed that there were two challenges that Detroit were facing. I mean, there's tons of challenges, but these were things that he could do something about. One was the vacant land issue. So there's a lot of vacant land around Detroit, abandoned houses, things like that. And then the second one is the food insecurity issue. So you might have heard of Detroit being called the food desert. So people don't have access or availability or the means to get nutritious foods all year round. So we try to tackle those challenges. How we do that is we have this urban farm here. So we have 3 acres of land in total. The farmland that you can see right now is 1 acre. And on this farm, we have 300 different varieties of produce growing. And since 2011, we've given out over 100,000 pounds of produce to over 2,000 households.
Detroit is a place of innovators, creatives. It's a great place to come and start over again. I think it's definitely important for people who belong to that community to kind of help rebuild it.
During the crisis and during the foreclosure and the bankruptcy of Detroit, a lot of people lost their homes and moved out. Unfortunately, within that area, the city is not building any new homes. By activating these vacant spaces and transforming them into urban farms or bee farms, we're able to have vast amounts of fresh vegetables that our bees and our pollinators can cross-pollinate to provide for the community.
What we do is transform Detroit vacant lots into urban bee farms.
all my life I've been born and raised here in the Motor City. My grandmother would always create home remedies whenever me and my brother would get sick. So when I got sick in December, I went back to those methods. I came across the power of local raw honey from a local store in Ferndale, Michigan.
When that worked, it clicked. Like, okay, let's study more about this honey and its medicinal properties. Since we started, it has been the year of the yes. When opportunities come, we say yes.
Now, y'all know that honey is a great medicine for you. Plus, they said that they had a bee shortage. You know, the bee population was dwindling. So, while y'all, at home on YouTube, don't have to go to work. If you got a backyard, start planting some seeds in there, cultivating your garden. Shoot, here, get you some chickens and put them back there. Make you a chicken coop. Sisters, start learning how to sew your own clothes. Brothers that like to work on cars, start pimping your ride. So we're going to have to start trading amongst each other, bartering with each other. Because this thing right here is going to hit hard. It's not going to be business as usual. It's already getting out of control. Because you're dealing with a demonic, wicked person. So we're going to cut this bill short and see you tomorrow.